The meta-language creation pattern. Hello everyone, welcome back to Prompt Engineering course. In this lecture we will understand about the meta-language creation pattern. During a conversation with an LLM, the user would like to create the prompt via an alternate language, such as a textual shorthand notation for graphs, a description of states and state transitions for a state machine, a set of commands for prompt automation, etc. The intent of this pattern is to explain the semantics of this alternative language to the LLM so the user can write future prompts using this new language and its semantics. Many problems, structures, or other ideas communicated in a prompt may be more concisely, unambiguously, or clearly expressed in a language other than English. To produce output based on an alternative language, however, an LLM needs to understand the language's semantics. For example, contextual statements: when I say X, I mean Y or would like you to do Y. The key structure of this pattern involves explaining the meaning of one or more symbols, words, or statements to the LLM so it uses the provided semantics for the ensuing conversation. This description can take the form of a simple translation, such as X means Y. The description can also take more complex forms that define a series of commands and their semantics, such as when I say X, I want you to do. In this case, X is henceforth bound to the semantics of take action. The key to successfully using the meta-language creation pattern is developing an ambiguous notation or shorthand, such as the following. From now on, whenever I type two identifiers separated by a, I am describing a graph. For example, a B is describing a graph with nodes A and B and an edge between them. If I separate identifiers by W, 2, Z, 3, I am adding properties of the edge, such as a weight or label. This example of the meta-language creation pattern establishes a standardized notation for describing graphs by defining a convention for representing nodes and edges. Whenever the author types two identifiers separated by a symbol, it is an indication that a graph is being described. For example, if the author types a B, this indicates that a graph is being defined with nodes A and B, and that there is an edge between them. This convention provides a clear and concise way to communicate the structure of a graph in written form. Moreover, the prompt goes on to specify that additional information about the edges, such as a weight or label, can be provided using the syntax W, 2, Z, 3. This notation allows for the specification of additional properties beyond the basic structure of the graph. The specified properties are associated with the edge between the two nodes and can provide important context for the interpretation of the graph. This standardized notation for describing graphs can make it easier to communicate graph structures and properties, which may not be easy or are very verbose to describe as a series of sentences. Although this pattern provides a powerful means to customize a user's interaction with an LLM, it may create the potential for confusion within the LLM. As important as it is to clearly define the semantics of the language, it is also essential to ensure the language itself introduces no ambiguities that degrade the LLM's performance or accuracy. For example, the prompt "whenever I separate two things by commas," it means that the first thing precedes the second thing will likely create significant potential for ambiguity and create the potential for unexpected semantics if punctuation involving commas is used in the prompt. To showcase the potential for confusion, ChatGPT will warn the user and potentially be unable to perform a specific mapping of a symbol or term to a new meaning. For example, if following prompt is given to ChatGPT: whenever I say a, I am referring to Marie Antoinette, it will respond that this prompt creates too much confusion as is an indefinite article and too commonly used, as shown below. Referring to Marie Antoinette using a could potentially cause confusion, as is an indefinite article commonly used to refer to a noun that has not been mentioned before. It may be clearer to use her name, Marie Antoinette, or a pronoun such as she or her to refer to her. Moreover, using context to establish who you are referring to can also help avoid confusion in conversation. In general, an LLM will perform better on data it was trained on. Therefore, When an existing notation is available but may not be the dominant meaning, the meta-language creation pattern can provide context to scope the meaning of the symbol to improve the accuracy and utility of the output. For example, the symbol conveys slightly different information in graphs and propositional logic. The statement PQ, QP may therefore make sense, but only if the LLM is given the appropriate context through a meta-language creation prompt. Although meta-language creation is a powerful pattern, it must be used carefully, particularly when describing concepts that may otherwise be hard to precisely or concisely describe. These types of prompts are thus best used in completely new conversation sessions. Using a single meta-language per conversation session may also be a best practice, since it avoids the potential for conflicting or unexpected semantics being applied to the conversation over time. We encourage you to subscribe our channel and become a part of our community. By subscribing, you will never miss our latest videos, updates, and exclusive content. It's a free and simple process that makes a significant difference to us. Thanks for watching this video, and see you in next video.